Hey everybody, Tafadzwa from Creative Hub Films here. So, you've gotten it into your head that you want to make movies, but you're not really sure where to begin. Well, relax, I got you. That's what I'm here for. Now, disclaimer, I'm no expert. Clearly I'm not in Hollywood, otherwise you'd know who I am. I have been in the filmmaking industry for about 10 years. I've written a couple of short films and I've directed a couple of short films. I've acted in them. Actually, I recently completed a feature film, which it's kind of stuck in distribution hell, but that's a whole other video, which you'll definitely get to see. Yo, this is Tafadzwa from the future. Well, not like the actual future. I can't time travel, obviously. From after I'd already done the video, but now I'm editing. So anyway, that feature film I mentioned earlier on, I'm actually planning to release it right here on YouTube. That's right, free for the whole world to see. I've decided to take the distribution of this film into my own hands. But before I can do that, I need you to help me reach my goal of at least 1,000 subscribers. Once we have 1,000 subscribers, I'll release the movie for all of you to see. It's a horror movie, it's from Africa. I don't know, make of that what you will. So it would really help me if you would invite your friends and other people who may be interested in what I have to offer to come and subscribe to the channel so that we reach that 1,000 subscriber goal and I can release the movie. All a movie is really is a story. So that's where we've got to begin. Storytelling. So, I don't know, we can call this storytelling 101, I guess. So a story starts with a character, a scenario, or a moment that's in your head that obviously you expand later on by asking yourself some questions like, how did this person end up in this situation? What are they thinking? What happens next? Etc., etc. So that's the basis of a story. People get them from very different places. Personally, I usually get my stories from really, really strange places. In most cases, it's just me sitting around and a scenario pops into my head and it just expands and expands and expands. Usually for the more crazy, they usually tend to get a bit more on the crazy side. But somewhere in that insanity, that's where I get my scripts from. So to build my story, what I usually like to do is, before I even get to writing a script, what I'll do is I'll write out what are called story beats. Now, story beats are just basically things that happen in your story. All I do is I just write down all the events that are going to happen in my story, right? So basically it's things that will happen to the character or that the character will do in the story. No particular order, nothing crazy. What I usually do is I write these on those little sticky notes. So I write down each event on a note of its own and like physically, pen and paper. And what I do is, before I jump into writing a script, I take a look at these sticky notes. What I'll do is I'll usually stick them up on a board or on a piece of paper, anywhere really, any surface I can find where I can stick them. And what this allows me to do is that if I notice that maybe I want one event to happen before another, or I want to move around a couple of things, I can do that without having to try do it within, an already formatted script, because that's just a nightmare. I used to do that. Don't do it, people. So the most basic elements of storytelling really are three of them: character, goals, conflict. Pretty easy, right? For example, Tafadzwa here His goal is to record a nice YouTube video from start to finish smoothly. But certain things are getting in his way. Conflict. The power keeps fluctuating. The dog keeps barking outside. People in the house keep making noise. That's a story right there. I mean, it could expand. It could go really crazy. I mean, if I wanted, I could start writing a script in which, the character trying to do his YouTube video probably ends up in some sort of post-apocalyptic situation. I've done it before, trust me. All you do is you just add more elements, add more characters. That makes the story a bit more interesting. Now your character is someone to interact with. Maybe those interactions are good or they're bad. Who knows? You add more goals. Maybe your second character also has a goal that they want to achieve, and your first character decides they're going to help them. Or your second character brings in conflict. Who knows? I mean, there's just so much to do when it comes to storytelling. And I don't want to delve too deep into how to tell a story because, I don't know, I'm assuming that human beings innately have the ability to tell stories. Like we know what a story is. Hopefully. So in the beginning, we said that what a movie is really just a story. And what I hope to achieve with the next couple of videos that follow this is take you from having just that idea to finally having people watch your movie. And in the next video, what we're going to tackle is actually writing a script. We're going to delve into, writing your story, getting it into a script, maybe formatting it. Who knows? I mean, I'm excited to see what we'll come up with. If you like what you just watched and want to see more of it, please subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button below and then on the little bell icon so that you're notified every time I drop a new video.